So posting opening transactions is in fact quite easy. You have to post an acquisition cost line and a depreciation line, but in case everything is already posted to the general ledger, you have to make sure that you're not using GL integration. Let me show you this with an example. So first of all, I will create a new fixed asset. So here in the list of fixed assets, I will click on New. As a description, let me use, for example, a cooling unit for in the warehouse. So the fixed asset class is tangible, and the subclass, let's take equipment. And in this case, let's also assign a location code. And let's take, for example, warehouse 1. There we go. Next, I will go to the depreciation book fast tab, the depreciation book itself, that's fine. Also the posting group, I will use a straight line depreciation. So now I will enter a depreciation starting date in the past. So my demo company Kronos is working in April 2020, and suppose that they acquired the cooling unit in February 2018. So a couple of years ago. So number of depreciation years, let's take 10 for this example. And my fixed asset card is ready. Okay, so now we have a fixed asset card, and suppose that the values for this fixed asset are already posted to the general ledger. So when they purchase the fixed asset, they just posted the purchase invoice directly to the general ledger, because assume that they didn't or weren't using fixed assets management in 2018 yet. So this means now that I will have to post opening transactions, but only to the fixed asset ledger, so not to the general ledger. Now, to achieve this, I will use the fixed asset journal, but first I will have to disable GL integration in the depreciation book. So I will go to the depreciation books. I will open company, because that's the one to which I would like to post the opening transactions. And I will, for the time being, disable GL integration for acquisition and depreciation, because these are the two transaction types I must post. All right, next, let's now go to the fixed asset journal. There we go. And that's something which is very important to know. You always have to use these journals in combination with GL integration. So a fixed asset journal should always be used with a depreciation book where GL integration is disabled. And if you work in the fixed asset GL journal, you always should use a depreciation book with GL integration enabled. If you're doing this otherwise, then you will see an error. So Business Central will give an error, so you cannot make any mistakes against these rules. All right, so first of all, let's start with entering the acquisition date. Acquisition date was 2018. So the document number, okay, that's fine. So that's not very important. Then the fixed asset number, the cooling units. So it's an acquisition cost. And suppose that we paid like 48,900. There we go. And then you should enter the ending date on which you're importing these opening entries. You see, suppose that the demo company is going live with fixed asset management on January 1st, 2020. Then they posted depreciations manually the last time in December 2019. So, and that's why I will enter December 31st, 2019. You see, because from January 1st, 2020 on, they will calculate and post depreciations in Business Central by running the calculate depreciation batch. So that's the whole concept. Okay, so I will, of course, post this to the same fixed asset, but in this case, this is a depreciation. Now, I don't know the amount by heart. You could go and calculate it, but it's just an example to show how this is done. I suppose that we already posted depreciations for, I don't know, let's take 6,800, something like this. So a negative amount, of course, And this means that I'm now ready to post these two transactions, so these two lines. So let's do this. Post. Yes. So everything is posted now, and then the first thing that you should do, even before checking the result, is enable GL integration again. Because the next time I'm working with the depreciation book, I probably would like Business Central to also post to the general ledger. So I will enable the GL integration again. And now we can have a look at the results. So now I can go to Finance, Fixed Assets. I can open the fixed asset card, the cooling units. And there you can see now the book value. The book value calculated based on the acquisition cost and the depreciation that I just posted.